Hey guys, so today I'm gonna film a Q&A, and so I did receive a lot of questions from you guys, and these questions were from either YouTube in the comments or from my Instagram. So let's begin. I have all the questions on my laptop right here, so I'm gonna read them to you. Ambivert 96. Hey, Ambivert 96 asks, what do you do to keep the acne away? How do you deal with acne scars? And a lot of you guys actually asked this question, what I do about my acne scars, and the answer is nothing. Yeah, I don't do anything for my scars now because I'm so done with everything. Because if you remember from my skin related video, I did tell you guys about how I got acne and how I was dealing with it, and how my dermatologist had to prescribe a lot of things to control the situation and make the scars go away. So in October, November, December, towards the end of last year, I was doing a lot of things. I was putting on gels and creams and ointments like crazy, like every other hour, every time I washed my face. Like earlier in my life, I never had anything of that sort. I did get a little paranoid after that. So I was putting on everything that she prescribed, but one day you have this epiphany. Like, what the hell are you doing? One day I just stopped, and I've never used any of those gels from that day on. So she did prescribe these two things for the dark spots that acne leaves. So these are basically skin lightening creams, and what skin lightening creams do is so this pigment melanin that gives color to your body and to your hair. And basically, whenever you have acne and when it starts going away, your skin starts regenerating in that area, and because of the regeneration, the melanin production becomes really active. Wherever you have spots is where the melanin is more in comparison to the other areas of your skin. So the rest of your skin may be light, but those spots will be dark because there is a lot of melanin there. So basically what these creams do is that they kill the melanin on the spots. So the two that she prescribed me was this one. This is the Illumax Advanced Skin Lightening Cream, and I have this Kojivit Plus. This is also a gel sort of a consistency. So she asked me to put this on the dark spots that I had. So like if I were to use them now, I would put them here, on my chin. So basically areas that are darker compared to the rest of my face. So, and these are medical grade, so you're not going to find them at a general store. You will find them at a chemist or a drugstore. And then she asks, what are you studying? And this question also was asked by a lot of you. So I am currently studying BSc Home Science, which is a graduation course in Delhi University. Madhu asks, I too gained weight, and also all of a sudden, without being oily, I am having pimples and the scars aren't going anywhere. Please help. I hear your cries, Madhu. You started having acne and you are gaining weight. These two are usually a sign of a hormonal imbalance going on. I would suggest you see a gynecologist or a dermatologist right away. And it might be some petty issue, but it's better to get it checked out. I'm not trying to scare you at all, I promise. Diksha asks, hi Diksha. She asks, getting pimples or acne after makeup. Usually people break out because the makeup or any product that they put on their skin doesn't suit them, and you will not know what doesn't suit you without a little trial and error. In such cases where you have to wear makeup, I would suggest getting something like a primer, because primers are also one of those things that don't sink into your skin. Like your skin doesn't absorb them and like take them in. It sits on top of your skin. If you find a primer that suits you, it doesn't break you out, you will basically create a barrier between your skin and the other products like foundations and like other stuff that you choose to put on. It will form a barrier between them, and that might help you out. And some people were also asking about tanning, like how to remove tanning and how to avoid tanning. I would suggest that if you have to like roam outside your house and you can't really stay home for like running errands and stuff, I suggest taking an umbrella with you, so you can avoid the sun rays directly hitting your skin, and wear sunscreen obviously. And to remove tan, you can use things like tomatoes, lemon, aloe vera, and what's the other thing? Yogurt. So anything that is acidic in nature is really good at removing tanning. Gorika asks, I hope that's how you pronounce your name, and if it's not, I apologize because I do not want to butcher people's names. So she's asking, where are you from? I am from Rohini, Delhi. How are you doing? I'm doing great. What about facial hair? I do have facial hair, and the only problematic facial hair that I have is like this line, like that is where I have the most, what do you call, dark and thick hair, but the rest of my like this thing is fine. I talked to my dermatologist about it, and we found out that it was because of the PCOD. It is one of the side effects of PCOD. And facial hair usually is, when it's like really potent, it's usually because of a high testosterone level. So with these things, doctors will ask you to get hormonal tests done. So I would suggest that if you are like younger, or the problem is like not really potent but you're just like a little worried, I would suggest like leave it at that. You don't need to worry about it because people have hair, it's not a big deal, and that has taken a lot of time for me to understand, and I still am not completely okay with it, but I'm like not really bothered about it now as much as I was before, like when I was going through that teenage puberty phase when these things really affected my perception of myself. So but if you do have a lot of hair and like the problem is really potent and it is clearly visible and you feel insecure about it, I would suggest talking to a hormonal doctor. What are they called? Endocrinologists? Yeah, I think that's what they're called, or a gynecologist. So some of you also asked about the doctor that I visited, like my dermatologist and my gynecologist, and like their names and numbers and all. But the problem is that both of them are from Rohini, and if you guys are not from Rohini, I would not suggest that you travel all the way from wherever you live to just to see this doctor, because they are doctors, but I don't think that they're like that famous that you will travel like for like 3 hours just to see a doctor. So they're like normal doctors, but they are good doctors. And the one I went to, my dermatologist is a scholar from AIIMS, and the gynecologist is also a pretty good doctor. And I know this because gynecologists are usually the kind of doctors who sometimes scare people out. And I'm not saying that for all the doctors out there. I know there are doctors who are nothing but helpful and like pure at heart. But some doctors are like that they'll like try to make you get tests done which you don't even need, just to like earn a buck or two, because the hospital that they recommend are in collaboration with the doctor. Just make sure that they're not like scaring you, because even though these issues are something that should be taken care of, they should never like scare you, because yeah, I'm like pretty chill about it. Some of you are even asking how to reduce acne scars at home, like not really getting products to cure it. So lemon is a natural bleachant, and if you have acne scars, and by acne scars I mean scars which look like this is not active acne, this is the remnants, the scars that acne leaves behind. So these dark spots are acne scars. So if you have such scars, not active acne, if you have anything similar to this, you can squeeze a lemon and put your and dip your finger in the juice, the lemon juice, and just pat it like this on the dark spots that you have, and leave it there and sleep with it, and the next morning wash your face. And because lemon is a natural bleachant, it might help with lightening your scars. And Vidya is asking, so when you were diagnosed with PCOD, did you get treatment for that, or you just reduced weight and everything changed? Actually, I found out about my PCOD in December, and I started working out in January as recommended by my doctors. So they did ask me to lose weight, but they did not give me any medication, because she was like, you're too young to like get treatments for this. So I don't even think that there is a cure for PCOD. It just can be controlled and it can be like normalized, but there is nothing that will cure it permanently. And honestly, losing weight genuinely helped me, and I don't know if that's the case for everyone that has PCOD, but it did work for me. So my cycle got regular and my acne did go away. It did leave scars, but it did go away. Like, I was not getting any new breakouts. I was just recovering from the breakouts that were already on my face from the previous months. So, and the answer for your last question, which is you just reduced weight and everything changed. The answer to that will be that I don't know what is going on with my body, because I don't really know the perfect answer to that, because I did not get a single test done after I started working out, just because of the reason that I was not into it anymore. Because I was obsessive about everything that I was going through in the last, towards the end of last year, and like in the first or second month of this year. But then I started like caring lesser and lesser. I just gave less shits. That's the answer. So the exact situation will be clear if I get tests done, but I'm choosing not to, because once you get into the problem and once you start getting obsessed with the problem, that's when it becomes bigger of an issue. Because PCOD is a lifestyle disorder. I'll just keep my lifestyle like healthy and fit and good, and that is just something that I'm choosing to do to cure any disease for that matter, not just PCOD. If you have a good lifestyle, you will get ill less. And next, Dipanvita asks, what do you do apart from YouTube blogging? I am currently doing my graduation, and I do YouTube, and I have joined a course at Lakme Academy. So I'm taking an advanced makeup course from Lakme Academy, as I mentioned. Makeup is something that I want to pursue later on in my life, which is why I'm doing that course. Then Madhu is asking, where are you from? You guys know that by now. And from where are you doing your graduation? I'm doing my graduation from IHE, Delhi University. And what's your age? Only if you want to tell. That's really polite of you. I'm 19 right now. And she's also asking, please suggest any good dermatologist in Delhi Noida region. I don't have oily skin, but past few months I'm getting acne and also some black patches on my cheekbones, not prominent. You can use this face wash that I talked about in my last video, because it does work wonders, and I have mentioned it to a lot of friends, and it has worked for each and every one of them. And Rumi asks, I have seen many YouTubers getting abusive comments and always bashed by people. What do you think about this? Have you ever experienced that? And if yes, what was your reaction? Okay, so this is a topic I don't really like to touch on much, and I won't talk about it too much on my channel because of the fact that people take the time out of their lives to leave a negative comment on someone's video is just beyond me. I don't understand why people do that, because there is a line where constructive criticism ends and abusing begins. So like calling out people if the voice is not audible, or the music was too loud that they were not able to hear what the person was saying, or like a video of mine was a little blurry and people did leave comments, that is constructive criticism. We understand where that is coming from. Like leaving comments like you're an ugly bitch is not constructive criticism, and I think people do that because they are jealous of what people can achieve with their lives and how confident they are about their bodies and about themselves and about everything in their life. There are people in this world also who are not that confident about themselves, who are insecure about their looks and their bodies, So it's nothing but jealousy in my opinion when people leave such comments, because it means that they are getting envious of the amount of confident and like self-esteem these people have that they watch on YouTube. So I don't understand why people do that, because they'll watch the whole video and then they'll leave comments like, and you're a useless piece of shit, and like I'm like, why? Because I just think it makes you look like a douche. And have you ever experienced that? And as crazy as it sounds, because I have 1,000 subscribers and it's not a huge number, but like 1 or 2 people have left comments saying things like, you have so much pigmentation and wrinkles on your face, ew. I'm like, what makes you think I don't already know that? Wrinkles, I don't really know if I have wrinkles, but pigmentation, yes, I do have pigmentation, but nothing you guys tell me will be something that I don't already know about myself. So the people who leave such comments are basically telling you what you already know about yourself. So, and it's pretty useless. Even though I'm not bothered about them much, I will remove them and I will block the person if they are continuing to do so, because I won't let any negativity enter this channel for as long as I can control that situation. Once like followers start to increase and subscribers start to increase, this situation, I know I will have less and less control over that, but as long as I do, I'm gonna make those people disappear from my channel as long as I can do that, because I don't want any negativity on my channel. My reaction was, like I was not really bothered by it, because whatever those people were calling me out for were the things that I already knew about myself. So that's like saying, you have 2 eyes. I'm like, yeah, and because I know this about myself and I am okay with it. So if you have insecurities and once you start getting comfortable with them, nobody can use them against you. So even if people call you out for something that you are already like gotten to terms with, it's not gonna affect you that much. And that was the case with me. Vasudhati, hi Vasudhati. She's asking, I too have oily skin. Is it not okay to use talcum powder on face, ponds and all? I don't really know, because I do think that the ingredients might be same for the most part, but they are not meant for your face. So I would suggest not using them. If you want to get powder to like mattify your skin if you have oily skin, I would suggest getting a compact powder and not talcum powder, because you never know what they put in it. And yeah. Divya asks, who are your favorite beauty and makeup YouTubers and what inspired you to start your own channel? So I started watching YouTube when I was in 9th, like when I was in school in 9th grade, and I got really obsessed with YouTube like from the get-go. So the first people I watched were Lauren Curtis, Jaclyn Hill, Carissa Pucas, and now there are so many YouTubers that I'm obsessed with, and I watch their videos every time they post one, and they are Jaclyn, Manny, Jeffrey, Carissa Pucas, Lauren Curtis, Samantha, Laura Lee, yeah, all these guys. I love these guys. What inspired you to start your own channel? Because I have loved makeup ever since I was a child, and I just wanted to teach people how to do makeup, because a lot of people teach makeup on YouTube, I know that, but my approach with YouTube was that I've seen like very average people very closely. So every time you talk about makeup, people won't talk about like these matte brown eyeshadows and blending brushes, because they love watching it on YouTube, but they don't really know how to like apply it into their lives and how to incorporate that into their routines. So I wanted to like bridge that gap between the YouTube life and the average life that people in India live. P.S. You are truly gorgeous. Oh my god, you guys are so sweet. You leave the sweetest comments. Shreya is asking, before you got to know that you are having PCOD, did you have your periods regularly? And no, I did not. Every time my periods would be at least 10 days late, and I would even go for like 2.5 months without getting my periods. So that is how irregular they were. Do you follow any home remedy for acne scars? No, I don't, because as I mentioned before, I am done with the whole acne thing. So if anything happens, I'm like, leave it there. Not like the popping part, because I still do it. Yes, I still pop my pimples and it still leaves scars. But does that stop me? No, it doesn't. And for the scars, I don't do anything. I just leave them to their nasty cells. Darsu R, I don't know if that's how you pronounce your name, I'm sorry. She's asking, your inspiration to start a YouTube channel. I wanted to share my makeup love with the world. Your favorite YouTuber? That is a really hard question, because there are a lot of YouTubers that I genuinely love. I can't have a favorite YouTuber. But I will say though, the first two people that I watched and fell in love with were Jacqueline and Lauren Curtis. I just love their videos. So I took screenshots of you guys' questions, and I didn't get her name. And it's not really a question, but she's saying I also have a bloated face. I don't know, maybe because of some hormonal disorder. And bloating is not really caused by just hormonal disorders. It also might be because you might be consuming things that are rich in sodium, because sodium causes water retention in your body. So if your intake of salt is high in your diet, and soy and like soya sauce, so basically Chinese foods and things of that sort, they will like cause water retention in your body, and you will feel a little bloated, but that does not necessarily mean that you have a hormonal disorder. Niveta is asking, please suggest a good drugstore affordable face wash. My face is sensitive and oily with breakouts often. This is the best, Niveta. I would suggest that you check this out. So Sumaya is asking, have you ever thought of entering the film industry? No. I don't know. I don't see myself as an actor, if that's what you're talking about. And no, not really. And or if and ever you get a chance to play a role in films, maybe may it be Bollywood, Collywood or Tollywood, how would you react to it? I don't really know, and I have not told this to you guys yet, but in my college, in the first half of my first year, like for the first semester, I did join the dramatic society in my college, and I did do 2 stage plays, and I enjoyed doing them, but that is not where my heart lies. You have no idea the amount of effort that goes into it, into like creating, and it was not even a movie, it was a stage play, and there is such a lot of work in any production that is made. So if you don't have your heart and soul into it, I don't think that you will be able to do it for long. So I don't think I'll do it, but obviously I'll be stoked if someone offers me that. So yeah, that's my answer. So yeah, those were all the questions I got this time. So if you have any other questions that you want me to answer, leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll answer them in the next Q&A. The questions can be about anything. I don't really care if it's just about makeup or skin. I don't care. You can ask me anything and I will try my best to answer it. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.